Thank you very much. I would echo that. I love music too. And we are so excited to spend our day, our weekend, surrounded by literally more than 200 students who have caught that love of music already. And what a wonderful lifelong skill that they have learned to perfect a bit more this year and this weekend. Good afternoon. Welcome to our 22nd anniversary concert of the Phillip Sousa Honor Band for the state of Kansas. Potentially our coldest, I might have to add, but we are thankful it is not snowy. So thank you all for making a trip to see your child or friend and neighbor participate this afternoon. I'm Gina McElwain, and I have the great pleasure of being the chair of this organization for the state of Kansas. I'm also the band director at Prairie Trail Middle School in Olathe, Kansas. So historically, our first Phillip Sousa Honor Band concert was right here in this very space on February the 1st, 2003. With our guest conductors, Robert E. Foster and Victor Sisk. At that time, we had approximately 175 auditions. This year, we had 403. So congratulations to 400 students in our state who took on that audition and worked very hard and have no doubt bettered themselves as a musician. We have about, give or take, 100 to 120 positions that we fill in each band each year. And we deeply appreciate that vision of our forefathers, our founders, who had such a great idea to do this. Ed Colson, who's a retired band director from Olathe, joined Bob Foster and Vic Sisk in that vision. We've had a wonderful educational board. Our executive board represents all parts of Kansas to help put this together for grades 6 through 9 in the state of Kansas. And quite honestly, I've been here for all 22 years, and it's been pretty amazing to watch this grow and to realize that 22 years has now passed. At this time, the state of Kansas boasts the largest Sousa organization in the entire nation and has 2 bands of this size. Kansas is also the only state in the United States that holds their Sousa Honor Band event every single year. This year, we have many siblings represented in the groups. I know that there are 2 twins sitting beside each other, which is exciting. 42% of our students that made the bands this year are multi-year participants, so they are on either years 2 or 3. And we have 23 students that got 3-year medals earlier this afternoon. So could we give those students a round of applause, please? You are in for a wonderful musical treat this afternoon from our very amazing musicians that represent some of our finest young people in the state of Kansas. In watching the bands rehearse this weekend, we all are so proud to see their diligence and dedication and hard work to build a performance for all of you today. I hope your own students and children have had a great time this weekend and take something helpful and something exciting back to the students in their own band at their schools. It is my honor to present to you the 2024 Kansas Phillip Sousa Red Band under the direction of Dr. Mark Bonner.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ben Strain. I'm the Assistant Director of Bands at Blue Valley Northwest, and I have the honor to serve on the Phillip Sousa Executive Committee. And while most of my role is serving behind the scenes and kind of helping out backstage, one of the perks is being able to watch these amazing conductors and have the privilege of introducing them. This year was no exception. If I can bottle up half the energy that Dr. Bonner has given to these students, I don't think I would need to drink coffee ever again. What a joy to watch him and his musical magic, and that will be reflected by this awesome group beside me. You can read all about his bio in your program, but something really cool to point out about his and the other conductors is their local ties. It's great to have wonderful clinicians, but even better knowing that they have local ties to the area, something we can all be very proud of. And now we'll finally get to introduce Dr. Mark Bonner and the Phillip Sousa Red Band.
piece you just heard was Above the Ground. Now, everything on this program that we just started reading, we just started rehearsing, everything that you hear them playing, we've been working on since yesterday, and they have improved dramatically. Like literally, they've been blowing my mind. This next piece is called March of the Shadows. It's by Haley Woodrow. And when the students played it for the very first day, I told them I'm not gonna give them any comments. I'm only gonna tell you to listen to the melody and adjust to be softer than the melody. That's all I told them. And look at how brilliantly they play this music. It's in cut time. It has the most complicated rhythms of everything else. I did not coach them with the rhythms. I didn't coach them with the grace notes. I didn't coach them with the cut time. They worked on this themselves, and they have blown me away every single moment that we've been working these past 2 days. Here is March of the Shadows by Haley Woodrow. We have 5 pieces on our program. We just played the first 2. So now our next piece is Color in the Gray by Kalijah Dunton. This piece is very slow, very beautiful. It's also in cut time. So it's one of the works that we've been working on a little bit new because of some of the time signature things. There was a student that came up to me after our first rehearsal. They said, Dr. Bonner, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize this was in cut time. I'm gonna go home and work on this. And those are all of the students in this group. The kind of students that go home, work on things, acknowledge their mistakes, acknowledge the things that they need to do to be better. And every single moment we've done something, they have stood up to that challenge, stood up to that test, and they've made amazing music today. This next piece is Color in the Gray by Kalijah Dunton, and I hope you enjoy it. was the scariest one. I'm not even lying to you. When I programmed it, I was like, all right, this one is going to be terrifying. I was looking at those rhythms. I was like, oh my goodness, how do you count a dotted quarter note and cut time? Henry, saxophone player over here. Did y'all see Henry? Henry holding it down on that saxophone solo. So this is the Kansas Sousa Honor Band. It would not be a Sousa Honor Band without a piece by Phillip Sousa. He, who is the prominent band composer, had sold out concerts of hundreds, thousands of people waiting outside the concert just to hear the Sousa Band. Now, right now, we don't consider this popular music. We consider this like classical music. You know, when you come to concerts like this, we sit in the hall, we stop talking, we turn our cell phones off, and then we listen to this kind of music. Back yonder, back all the way then in the 1890s, this was the music that they went to party, to get down. Like, I don't want to hear none of that orchestra stuff. I want to hear some band. Here we go, The Liberty Bell by Phillip Sousa.
afternoon. My name is Megan Holscher. I teach at Indian Woods Middle School in the Shawnee Mission School District. And Dr. Bonner, I think I got a workout just watching you conduct. That was magnificent. Thank you so much for your work with our students today. In addition to teaching at Indian Woods Middle School, I am also the treasurer of this wonderful organization. This afternoon, I would like to recognize our students that are 2- and 3-year participants. If you are a 2-year participant, would you please stand and be recognized at this time? I would like to individually introduce our 3-year participants. And students, could you stand up, and we're gonna wait for all of our students to stand, and then we're going to congratulate them. Madhava Badriaju, Blue Valley West High School. Addison Easter, DeSoto High School. Sophie Hong, Blue Valley High School. Eli Nowak, Andover Middle School. Miles Thiessen, Andover Middle School, and Ava Young, Blue Valley High School. Congratulations, students.
Good afternoon. My name is Paul Aubrey, and I am the director of bands at Prairie Star Middle School in the Blue Valley School District. I'm also serve the Sousa Honor Band organization as the vice chair. And on behalf of the Sousa Honor Band, I wanted to thank our guest clinician of the Red Band today, Dr. Mark Bonner, for sharing his expertise, passion, and enthusiasm for music with our Red Band students. It's been a pleasure to have you here working with our students the past 2 days. Please accept this token of our gratitude.
So I know some of you have been like wondering, why do I bow after you start clapping? It's because I tell my students, whenever people clap for you, you have to acknowledge the clapping. It's just good habits of teaching young musicians so that when they, get in recitals and things. So I have to show the students that, I'm serious. Either way, this last piece we're about to perform is called Skyward by Kataj Copley. It's the only piece on this program that doesn't have "the" in the title, so we'll call it Skyward "the" just to make it a match. This last piece though is in 3/4, a completely different time signature, but these students are owning it. We've worked on things like introductions, we worked on phrases, we worked on dynamics, all kinds of things, and they're gonna show off to the max right now. Watch it, I promise. Watch it.
couple of minutes to switch the seats as necessary, and we'll bring on the blue band.